Baltimore Ravens, pick number 14 in the 2022 NFL Draft. I have some ideas what I think they should do. Do you?
It's about that time. Here we come. Here we come. Here we come.
What's going on? Welcome back to another episode. I'm here today to discuss the possibilities at pick 14 in the NFL 2022 draft. I know I've been seeing in a lot of mock drafts online and even on some YouTubers videos how the Ravens should go defense, and 3-4 out of 5 of their first picks have been defense, even though we've shown that we've really struggled on offense, especially in the postseason. So why do we continue to go all in on defense? So I'm here today to once again give my opinion on what I feel we should do. So I believe that this definitely should be a predominantly offensive draft this year. You know, I'm all gas, no brakes. We should go all in, full tilt on the offensive side of the ball because it's what we need most. It's what would benefit Lamar the most. Defense is not really benefiting Lamar. And we've shown, especially last season, that late in games, the defense kind of broke down and we lost the game because we really didn't score that much. Not because the defense didn't play well. We just really didn't score enough points or take enough time off the clock or give the defense enough of a break from the offensive side of the ball. So, you know, I'm just here to debate where we should go at pick 14. Now, I look back to last year with the Cincinnati Bengals, and I find that I'm kind of stuck between, do we go offensive lineman with the first pick or another wide receiver? Just like Cincinnati had last year, was it protect Joe Burrow or give him more weapons? And we see where the more weapons part got him, because essentially you can go to free agency and get yourself some more offensive linemen. Draft hit or miss, but if you can find that wide receiver that's going to be that home run pick, you go for it. Not saying that there's necessarily a Jamar Chase type in the draft this year. There's somebody that can upgrade our offense. There's somebody that can take this passing game to another level. I mean, people keep saying we are good at wide receiver. I mean, being good is okay, but why not be great? Why can't we be great at wide receiver? I told somebody the other day, if Hollywood is our third best option at wide receiver, we're doing phenomenal. So why not go there? Why not take that? So the two players that I'm going to focus on today are going to be USC's junior wide receiver, Drake London, and Iowa's junior center, Tyler Linderbaum. So let's start off with Drake London. He is a 6'5", 210-pound wide receiver from USC who runs about a 4.48 40. Now, he has great size, something that we need. We need a wide receiver that is kind of on the tall, and that is something that we need. We need that mentality in our wide receivers, and it's something that we kind of lack. We have okay wide receivers, but they are not physical. Drake was a 2021 first team All Pac-12 selection and also a third team 2021 All-American. He had 88 catches for 1,084 yards, 7 touchdowns, and a 12.3 yard average, which more than doubled in every category from the previous year, despite missing 4.5 games. Now, I do have a little trepidation with this pick because he did fracture his ankle 8 games into the season, and I'm not sure if he's fully recovered from that. I'm not sure if his physical nature will lead to injuries in the future because, like I said, he doesn't shy away from contact. He wants that work, and a lot lot of times those hits and that physicality can take its toll on you. And he's already not the fastest. So over time, could that be a hindrance? Who knows? But once again, you can't teach height. And he will pretty much always be 6'5". So that may bode well if that is somebody that we select. Next up for my consideration for pick 14 in the draft would be 6'3", 290-pound center from Iowa, Tyler Linderbaum. Now, this kid is a stud. I mean, in over 2,200 snaps in college, he's only allowed 2 sacks. And this is something that we desperately need with our offensive line because we need to eliminate these hits on Lamar to keep him healthy. We need somebody that can pass block and run block, and Tyler seems to be a kid that can do both. And in 2021, he was the Offensive Lineman of the Year and the Remington Trophy Award winner as the top center in college football. So that lets you know that this kid has some talent to him as a technician. He has great lateral movement. He has background as a wrestler, so you know that he knows leverage, which is a good thing for offensive linemen to have because leverage is pretty much everything. Getting lower than your opponent, you know, that's pretty much the deal when you're trying to move around 300-pound men, especially when you are undersized. Now that brings me to his weaknesses, which is him being undersized. He's a little on the small side for a center, and he has short arms. So, I mean, I don't trip off the length of someone's arms, but apparently that is a big no-no when they're drafting offensive linemen, especially in the top 10. Like, arm length is a big no-no. And I have not researched how that pans out as far as offensive linemen go, but with this kid, we'll see. Maybe his technique overrides all, because I would like to compare him to another Iowa great in Marshall Yonder. And we know how Marshall Yonder turned out for us. Another 6'3" player from Iowa with apparent short arms. And in my opinion, Yonder is a Hall of Famer and probably the second greatest offensive lineman in Baltimore Ravens history. So I definitely think these are 2 avenues that the Ravens should possibly discuss at pick 14. Now, knowing us, we will probably trade back to get more picks. And that's perfectly fine. But we need to start addressing the offensive side of the ball in this draft. Regardless of what experts think, what other people may think, my opinion is that we need to go all in on the offense. Because if you truly want to give Lamar his best chance, or you even want to find out how good he can be, especially since he hasn't signed an extension, you give him the weapons and you find out, is he the future for this team? Instead of just saying, hey, we'll give him this piece, that piece, this off the scrap heap, and let him figure it out, and then blame him for everything that goes wrong, and then have kind of this sort of mistrust that you don't believe he can lead us where we need to go. When in actuality, you haven't put him in position to succeed or even get over that hump. But we shall see. Until next time. Deuces.
It's about